I've done a game now. Um, I might do another one. I don't know, but I'm doing films now again because I thought I won. Grave Encounters 2. I watched this, I guess, last week. I was still working during Christmas at that point, and yeah, basically, my mate said, "This is a scary film. You'll enjoy this. Grave Encounters 2." And my God, was she wrong? It's really bad. It's not even like funny bad. I can't even recommend this as a joke because not enough happens in it to be considered funny. It's just nothing happens. So the whole point of Grave Encounters 2 is Grave Encounters 1, to give you some much needed backstory. Grave Encounters 1 I haven't seen, but they pretty much explain in the film. They go to a spooky mental asylum because mental asylum's spookier than just spooky house. And then spooky things happen, and everyone's very scared, and they're never seen again. And then it's considered a real life movie, or there's a conspiracy that it's a real life film, and the tapes from that film come into the hands of the new main character who's making his own horror film, and he's basically done. And when he looks at the horror film tapes, he realizes that no, this is the film. I'm gonna drop everything I've just done and pretty much destroy my budget and start a whole new film, even though this film I was doing was basically done. But fuck it, I need to make this film now because reasons. And then that happens, and they go to the place, and then more spooky things happen, and then that's it really. It's bad. It's really bad. Like for an example, just for a tip, if you're making a horror film and you just don't have the special effects to make it scary, don't go all out with CG because you won't be able to afford anything good, and it will just make your film look crap. I mean, there's a bit in it where they're watching the tapes from the first film, and one of the characters goes, "Oh, this is clearly fake. I mean, this is all clearly really bad CG," which just shows you how bad the film actually was. Like your characters are saying it's bad. You had to write that. Like being self-aware in a pretty serious horror film doesn't work. You just come off looking crap. So yeah, avoid that at all costs. The characters are pretty boring. They're not really fleshed out. It's like Cannabis again, where like there's one nerdy dude who does look a bit like he'd be in a mass shootings later in his life, but everyone else is really attractive and like really at least like almost decent, I guess. There's obviously the shithead guy in every film, and this guy's a really big shithead, an unnecessary one. Like he'll just be yelling at people for no reason. They go see the mum of the main character from the first one to see what's happened, and she clearly has dementia. And the carer wants him out, and the guy is just yelling at her, just really loudly. And if you just explain what was going on, you wouldn't have to yell. But I guess it makes it more ominous that the caretaker just wants him to leave. So there you go. That happened for the film. Yeah, and then it's got that genuine, generic hour of just fuck all happening. They go to a real cool party where all the kids were listening to the trendy, obscure music that I'm pretty sure if you Shazammed, four times and the same bit, you'd get four different songs because the beat's just, some generic Kevin MacLeod. It was free to download kind of music. And everyone's taking drugs, even though I'm pretty sure they just took aspirin and they're drinking their non-labeled beer. Which I get you don't want to give sponsorship to any companies, but at the same time, drinking unlabeled beer just I think personally takes me out of the film. Like just have a blue can so at least we know it's Foster's. Don't just get some green glass bottle because it just looks like your heroes couldn't get real beer and they just had to go dumpster diving for bottles and then get a keg, even though they could have just got glasses. Glasses would have done the job, but they kind of went for bottles, which is kind of weird. But oh well. And there's a subplot about the main character who doesn't get laid. He needs to get laid by one of the girls. That goes nowhere. Um, I guess there is a slight twist, which I didn't see coming. So good on them. But then they ruin it. To be honest, because they don't really do much with it. And I guess the guy, you know, the acting is no, the acting's bad. I can't even give any credit to the acting. I mean, there's one actor that's decent, and I can't really talk about him because it would kind of spoil the film. But he's in it. Well, you know what I mean. When the twist happens, that's when the half decent acting starts, from that one character. And then there's just again really cringy horror bits like the ghost picks up the camera, and we all knew it wasn't the ghost. It was the ghost, so you didn't like have to then turn the camera to the mirror to show, ooh, no one's holding the camera. We all knew. It kind of made it worse from doing that, to be honest. But at that point, I didn't really care anymore. It could have become the last half an hour of like a good horror film, like The Omen, and I still wouldn't have cared. It just went nowhere. And then, to be honest, the plot changes halfway. When that twist happens, the plot changes quite a bit to, I guess, a better one. But there's just a lot of plot holes in it, like why there's a map to show you around this ever-changing like asylum because it just always changes. But there's a map for it apparently, so it shows that it's not really changing like that. It's like on a regular basis, and somehow the girl who's never seen it before can read it. Though you can see the map, but it makes no fucking sense at all. Like you look at it's just a bunch of lines and stairs, and it going nowhere. And then some of the pages flip out to do other things, which I'm amazed they found this piece of paper because it means someone somewhere had to cut it out at some point, and then they found it so they could perfectly get all the changing rooms right. But even then, I doubt it'd be easy to read. You need some sort of key, and I didn't see a key on it, so that wasn't very good. So I'll give it a 2 because again there was one decent piece of acting, um, and that's it. I mean, I did fall asleep. I should mention I did fall asleep at one point, and only woke up because someone fell through a window, and them doing that shattered glass, which is quite loud. But it wasn't like a spooky kind of woke up. It was more of a yawn and oh, this film's still playing kind of thing. And I missed about 20 minutes. It didn't seem to matter. So yeah, there you go. I fell asleep. 2 out of 10. Don't watch it. But if I guess if you want to watch crap horror films, especially found footage films, you crack on with that.